That's a fucking ripoff.
Oh yeah. We're gonna cover hardware first, then we gonna get into software. So like I felt $300 is too much. If this would have came out at $250, that would have been a beautiful price point. And I know you're saying they'd probably take a huge loss on that. But $300 for a tablet that has little sliding controllers on the side, I feel like is a lot. Especially for what it is. I mean, it's 720p. It's not really a powerhouse of a system. And I understand like when other consoles came out, when the PS4 came out, it was $400 as well as the Xbox One.
The Xbox One was $500.
If you got the Kinect stuff.
Oh, okay.
If you got,
I thought the PS4 was $450 when it came out.
I think it was $400.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it was $400, but I may be wrong. Who knows? Anyway, this is a video game show. With $300, I feel like that's a little excessive for this console, especially for the amount of power that it's putting out. It seems a little excessive.
Doesn't it get 1080p when it's hooked up to a TV though?
When it's hooked up to a TV, but the big thing, the seller for this was it's portable. True. It's the new.
Yeah.
So all right, fine. We get it. It's gonna be $300. We got this nice little beautiful screen. How does it control? One big thing, obviously, about games is how does the controller work? Is it going to be like the Kinect where you just use your body as a controller? Is it going to be like the Virtual Boy where there's a battery pack hooked up to the controller that goes into the screen?
Yeah.
Or is it going to be like the PlayStation or Xbox controllers where you were able to it's really designed ergonomically well? Or is it going to be like the Wii or the Wii U where it's a gamepad or it's a nunchuck? Well, people, we got to find out from Nintendo themselves, and for the most part, it seems pretty dope.
For example, pardon me, you can release the tension.
By the way, that's how I sit when I'm at home. Yeah. I'm just lounging. Don't mind me.
This is just my house.
And relax while you play. That's all for my Joy-Con introduction. But we still have many things to share about the Joy-Con.
Takes it off and there's going to be a Wii U gamepad under there. Okay, thank God.
Neon blue and neon red. And this is the Joy-Con strap. It is a wrist strap you can slide onto the rail like this. And it has prominent L and R buttons for firm pressing.
Firm pressing. But anyway. So you get your firm press on, and as you can see, as Mr. Shiny Face was talking about that this dude's face was shiny as shit when I was watching this. I was like, what is wrong with him? It just seemed like somebody slapped like chicken grease on him and was like, just go out and talk about Nintendo. It seems really dope. But yes, like this Mr. Shiny Face said these controllers are called the Joy-Con, and as you can see, they come in either you can get the standard black one or you can get the ones he's showing right here. There you go, right there, the gray ones, or you can get the blue one or the red one. And for the most part, when I saw, and I think this was the main, like the second we saw these, this was the biggest thing we agreed on was those color controllers are pretty dope.
Yeah, and the functionality for them I think is pretty cool too.
Yeah, he's actually going into it right now. Let me go ahead and turn that up so you guys can hear out the basic functionality of it.
Mm-hmm.
For example, it can tell the difference between rock, paper, and scissors.
And 4 and 5.
And it can tell how far away the hand that threw it is. This will make unique new control styles possible. What's this? It feels like something shaking in a glass. The Joy-Con can convey to you the feeling of ice cubes colliding in a cup. You can even tell 1, 2, 3, the number of ice cubes in the glass. And you can feel water filling the glass.
I think Nintendo is telling us to just pour water on their system and see what happens.
Yeah. Can you feel it?
Do you feel that power? But yes, people, this is the new HD. I think they said HD Rumble is what it's called.
Yep.
And I think that is pretty dope. I greatly appreciate what they're doing there when it comes to the HD feel of everything. Like they said, having the ability to fill 1 or 2 ice cubes just shaking around in a cup. That's pretty dope.
Yeah, having a rumble pack that can convey multiple sensations, pretty neat.
Yeah, that's something that outside of, we've had rumble packs just feel like, oh no, I'm being shot.
Yeah.
Or like, God help you if you leave it on your table while playing the game.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, this seems pretty dope. I greatly appreciate that, and I think the little sensor in the front that can sense whatever you're doing with your hand, like playing rock paper scissors or throwing it kind of like it's something. That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
that's something that Nintendo, you've always been the innovators for video games in general. And you're not afraid to try something new. Sometimes it goes well, like the Wii, which is the highest selling system ever, or it goes, or is it the highest or is it second highest behind PS2?
I want to say it's the second highest. I know it didn't sell as many as the PS2.
There you go.
But it was definitely the highest selling of its generation.
Right, there you go. That's what I meant to say. I spoke wrong. Kill me. But no. But it's something that's pretty dope, and I greatly appreciate these controllers. Now, here's a nice little picture of what they look like. Very sleek, very pretty.
Yeah.
Now, here's where things get a little wonky. One, the size of these controllers is violently small.
They're pretty small.
And keep in mind, I think my body knew what I was gonna to grow up and do. I don't have big hands. I think as a kid, my brain was like, you're gonna be playing a lot of video games. We'll keep these small. So I think even for people with small hands or even kids, like this might still be a little bit too small.
Yeah.
It's a problem for me. And the other thing is, the ability, one thing obviously that Nintendo has been the forerunner on is multiple players. They were the first console to have standard 4 ports on the front with the Nintendo 64, because you're supposed to go out and play Mario Kart, play Smash Brothers, play Diddy Kong Racing, all the 4-player games, GoldenEye, Perfect Dark, and they did well on that front. But what happens with this controller is you turn it sideways, and then that allows you to play with your friends multiplayer. And all right, that's cool, but again, they're very small, Gertz.
Yeah.
They're so small.
They are. And I'm a little skeptical of that. I wish I had a chance to hold one and really test it out, because we've been wrong before, but when we first saw it, that was another thing we agreed on. When we first saw them, we're like, those look a little small, or this dude just has ginormous hands.
I am a giant. Yeah. Just comes out with massive hands.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's something that I'm not too geeked about. Now, the other kicker is how much these fucking things cost.
Yeah.
Gertz, lay it on them.
I want to say they're $70.
Yes, if you buy the pair together, it's $60. I'm sorry, if you buy one, it's $60. If you buy the pair, it's $79, I believe.
Yeah.
Let me double check to make sure my price points is right.
Yeah.
Again, let me look at my my notes. Here we go. So yeah, here we go. So if you want to buy the Pro controller, which I have 2 Pro controllers for the Wii U, the Pro controllers are $69.99. If you want a second set of Joy-Con, they're $80, and an individual Joy-Con will go for $50. So
that's a fucking ripoff.
Oh yeah,
that's ridiculous. I already think the current controllers are way too expensive for PS4, Xbox One. Even when the Wii first came out, I thought the Wiimotes were too expensive. You're gonna charge $80 for the most basic tool we need to play your fucking game?
Yeah. That's what they do. They're Nintendo. They say you're gonna do it. You want to play Mario Kart with your friends. You want to play Smash Brothers with your friends. You want to play Where the Fuck is F-Zero with your friends. You got to get that. Spend that $80.
Man, if the choice is between me and spending an extra $80 and my friends watching me play, get cozy, guys, because I'm not sharing.
Check this shit out. I bet you wish you could do this. But yeah, that's too much. Even though they have this amazing HD rumble and the sensor and all that fun jazz, $80 is a lot of fucking money to drop on a pair of controllers.
Yeah.
It's too much. It's excessive. That's really excessive.
And you can argue that with the Joy-Cons, a pair of them is $80 because it's technically 2 controllers. I don't give a fuck. $80 is too much. If it was $60 for a pair, I'd be like, that's still a little high, but okay, I can go with that without bitching too much. But $80, that's ridiculous. That's more than a game.
Right. Now, people, we talked about what the console is. We talked about the specs when it's not plugged into your system, 720p, 2 controllers that come with it. Hopefully you don't play 4-screen multiplayer with that little ass screen, because that's not going to be a good look for you. But one of the biggest things that Nintendo was touting was its portability, especially when we saw that trailer 2 months ago.
Yep.
Shaking on a plane. Talk to chicks outside of your league. So be yourself. Try to have a good time. Be yourself. Try to have a high, yeah. Play Skyrim again.
So yeah, people, one of the big things they're talking about is the portability. You could take this system out of your home dock at home and just bring it on a plane with you, go hang out on the rooftops and be like that weird ass chick that was spying on the people. I wish they'd let me be their friend.
Yeah.
Maybe you're rambling me, but I can't be your one if you allow it.
You guys mind if I fuck up your party?
So deep, Archimedes wouldn't think to try and figure out it.
She ruined that party. Everybody's over there socializing, talking, having fun, and now they're just like, I can't tell what's happening here, but whatever. This girl seems like she's a little off. I don't want her to kill us. So we're going to pay attention to what they're doing. So the portability. Now, one of the big things with portability, as we all know, if you've ever owned a Game Gear in your life,
Yep.
that nice 15 minutes of gameplay you got with 8 batteries in the back of it.
Yep.
One of the big kickers is battery life. Now, some of you are wondering, well, what's the battery life on this amazing, fun, this new system? Well, they came out and said you will get an average. It can be anywhere between what kind of game you're playing, whether you're playing like a ROM, if you're playing like the original Super Mario Brothers while it's portable, you're going to probably get about 6 hours of life out of it. A good amount of time.
Yeah.
That makes sense. But if you're playing something like Skyrim
Or Zelda.
or FIFA or anything that's graphically demanding, you're going to get about 3 hours. They've come out and said with the battery life, you're getting 3 hours of gameplay. And that's rough. I think that's and I understand with things like the 3DS. The 3DS when it first came out, it was averaging between 3 to 5 hours, depending on how much time, the level of 3D you had on it, how bright the screen was, how graphically demanding the games you were playing. So, all right, I understand that. But with this $300 system, it having I'm just gonna say an average of 3 hours. If you're playing a good game, like a game that looks like Zelda or Skyrim or something that's most likely something that's gonna be intense, you're gonna get about 3 hours of play out of it. And that's if you have like your settings, like your brightness isn't big, you turn your rumble down and all that fun jazz. And you're saying, well, if it's not really fair for you to judge the 3DS against this, like they both have the same amount of gameplay hours. How is what's the problem? The problem is with the 3DS and the 3DS XL and the new 3DS XL. I think the newest 3DS goes up to 7 hours. The difference between those is those games, like most portable games, are designed to be played in short bursts. And correct me if I'm wrong, Gertz, because I think you play your 3DS more than I do. But when those games are designed to be, all right, you beat a level, you're done, you can stop it, or you can keep going. You beat a level, you're done, you stop, keep going, whatever. You do it that way. But the way most console games are designed are, you put an intensive amount of time into it. Like when you sit down and play a console game, usually play it more than an hour or two.
True. The way the games are designed definitely depends on the platform for sure. And I do think 3 to 6 hours, it's not ideal for sure. I was hoping it'd be a little better than that. I was hoping it would be closer to 4 to 8. But I think now so many games just have so many save states. I hope it won't be an issue because so many games just automatically save every 10 minutes now.
Right.
So I'm hoping
But that's also something that's going to drain your battery. Saving and reading and writing shit.
Yeah. True.
So yeah, like it's a little off. That's not good for me. Like 3 hours. I mean, with portable, I understand. But if you're taking a home console out and you're playing, and that's, keep in mind, people, that gameplay in Zelda is just solo dolo. That's a single player game, so you don't have to worry about any kind of online connectivity or anything like that. But with other games like Mario Kart, if you're gonna be playing that with a bunch of people around you that happen to have that system, you're gonna have your Wi-Fi on, so that's gonna drain your battery. You're most likely gonna have your brightness up if you're outside or on a plane. That's gonna drain your battery. You're most likely gonna have your rumble pack on. That's gonna drain your battery. So that's going to be an issue. That's going to be a major issue when it comes to this console. I understand some people are like, it doesn't matter. I can save whenever, and that's cool. I understand that. Do you on this now? Y'all are like, wait, we're missing somebody. You talked about Sonic and you talked about Zelda, but where's the main man, the dude that's running the Olympics this year, the man that's the lifeblood behind Nintendo? We ain't forget about that dude. No. And he's coming into our world now.
Way too clean for jumping out of that sewer.
You know what it made me think of? Him coming out of that sewer, it makes me think of Charlie from Always Sunny in the sewer. After this, I'm going to go play Nightcrawlers. Vandalism.
Yep. Pimp suit.
It's your boy.
Yeah. Peach just wanted to see the monkey.
Bowser, I don't know if you know how weddings work, but I don't think you can marry somebody against their will like that. At least not in like a free country.
Not a bad attitude.
Okay. Gertz, has Nintendo finally, have they got you? Have they won you over? Have they made something that you can't wait to play? I'm really, really excited to see. Is this it? Is it Super Mario Odyssey? Is this it, Gertz?
I think this looks really good.
We got one, everybody! We made it! We made it, baby! Because Super Mario Odyssey is the game that finally got Gertz.
Yeah. I think this one, of all the things they showed, this is the one that definitely piqued my interest the most. Just because I've been wanting a new Mario game, a real new Mario game, a new 3D Mario game for quite a while. I think the last one they did was Super Mario Galaxy 2, which I thought was just kind of okay, even though I love the first Super Mario Galaxy. I think that game's a fucking masterpiece. And this, it's a little odd seeing Mario run around in a city with real people.
Thank you, man.
Yeah,
that
it's
shit
weird.
is so fucking weird. You're
It's
watching
weird.
this like, oh, like Mario. Like, I understand Mario. People exist in your world, and like,
Yeah.
and this, you know what it, and this is maybe what it is for me. It gives me memories of the Sonic game where he was
Yes.
kissing that chick,
Oh,
the princess.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say the first Sonic adventure where they did the same shit.
Oh, I didn't mind that.
Yeah.
It was a little off.
It was
but
odd.
It was odd, but it wasn't like fucking bestiality like it was in that other Sonic game he made out with the princess.
It's definitely worse than Sonic 2006.
Oh, yeah.
Way worse.
No, go for it.
So hopefully we don't see Mario make out with like just regular ass people like in the background and stuff.
He took my wallet.
Goddamn thief. So yeah, that does look a little weird just stylistically, but the idea of having Mario run around in a big, real open world is kind of cool. And they did it once in, I think it was another CDI game where it was like Mario was missing. Or
Why you can't just let them go? Let them stop when CDI games come
they're
out. No.
bringing them back.
Shh, just don't talk about
They're
that. We don't talk about the dark times, Gertz.
They're bringing back shit that ZDI did, but they're doing it in a way that doesn't make you want to cringe and kill yourself. So I wish, again, I would love to be able to play it. And of all the things they showed, this far and away is the one that has me the most interested. Because it's the Mario game that we've been waiting for, I think, since Super Mario Galaxy 2. A big, huge 3D world and good 3D platforming. That's all we want from a Mario game.
Yeah.
That's all we want. Just solid gameplay.
I don't know. I want a solid story though too. Sometimes the story is a little lacking, and I know gameplay is a big thing, but the story is always like the piece de resistance.
I mean, this is pretty much Mario and About Schmidt. He's going to try to crash this wedding.
Yeah, yeah. Or what's it? The Graduate. him and Peach at the end. Hello, darkness, my old friend. But yeah, this game looks amazing. Again, I think just like everybody, I am a little off put by him showing up in the real world, hanging out with real people. But it's something that we're just gonna have to deal with.
Yeah.
And it doesn't seem like he spends a lot of time in Donk City, New Donk City, which is what it's called.
New Donk City?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, New Donk City. New Donk. She got that donk. But it's supposed to be like Donkey Kong. Like if you look at all the street titles that are in the when they show him when he's going by Dixie, Cranky. So all the streets are named after Kongs. So yeah, it looks really cool. I really do want to get my hands on this. Mario's my favorite video game character when it comes to gameplay, but Kratos is up there too. But yeah, man, Mario is, again, a system seller. I don't understand why you wouldn't make it a day one release. Like, this
Yeah.
seems like they should have either delayed putting out the console, the Switch, or they should have made this to where it's going to meet that launch date.
I agree completely. This should absolutely be a launch title.
This would have been, especially if this would have came out the same day as Zelda.
Yeah.
Like, all right, I'm not even going to be worrying about the sales because they're going to go through the roof with this system.
Exactly. Yeah, because I do think the Switch will sell well when it's all said and done. But if they had this thing at launch, it would kill.
Yeah,
Kill.
it's a beautiful looking game. It looks like it's going to be fun. Of course, gorgeous colors, amazing fun. The platforming looks like it's all right. So hey, I'm down for a good Mario game. This is the one that actually got me like, all right, Nintendo, y'all seem like y'all got everything right, and hopefully y'all can circle the wagons and make sure everything is good at the end of the day. Now, final question, Gertz, for this. Do you think that the Nintendo Switch is going to be a great seller? Now, I'm not asking for Wii numbers, but I'm saying, and now you can't take the easy cop out of saying it's definitely going to do better than the Wii U.
It's going to do better than the Wii U.
Yes.
But we all know that.
Yeah, they could just release one console, and then that's the one I bought. So yeah, do you think it's going to be that this is going to be a decent selling system?
Yes. Actually, I think it's going to be pretty big.
Okay.
Because
Why is that?
Well, one, it feels different. It feels completely different than their competitors. I think it's a good idea, actually, having a console that can also double as a portable system. And they do have these big titles, or the two big ones, coming out relatively close to its launch or right at launch. They have Zelda right at launch, and I think that alone is going to make it sell well. And then they've got Mario for the holidays. It's going to sell well over the holidays. There's nothing about it that's making me scratch my head like the way the Wii U did.
That's fair.
When the Wii U first came out, I knew that thing was going to bomb just because as soon as they announced it, I was like, ooh, why would you do that?
Why?
That's not a good idea. This goes back to that mindset they had of the Wii, where it's something simple but new and kind of innovative. And I do think we raised a lot of valid concerns, namely the battery life, the pricing. I think all of that stuff can be addressed further down the line. Of course, I wish.
Sorry.
Of course, I wish it was cheaper, and of course, I wish the battery life was better. Who doesn't? But I do think those things, just like how Nintendo has been doing with the 3DS, they'll release a version of it that's better, and I wouldn't be shocked if, like in 2018, they released a version of the Switch that has more battery life.
The Switch XL or the Switch Super or some shit, the Super Switch.
So I do think, I don't think it's going to reach Wii numbers because that was such an anomaly, but I think it's going to be a success and a relatively big one.
Yeah, I will agree with you there. I think it's going to be, Nintendo's not going to go into debt because of the system. It's not going to be a poor seller at all, because they do have the Nintendo loyal who are going to support the system no matter what. And then
Suckers.
two, it's not the Wii U, and that's what people want. They're like, thank God it's not that. It actually looks like it can be fun. Yeah, I'm not happy about the battery life or the storage capacity, which is 32 gigabytes, even though it can be expanded with an SD slot. But that's still extra shit you got to buy, and you're not happy about the controller prices. But it does look like it's going to be a decent selling system. It has some software on it that actually looks like it's going to be amazing. Like for me, Breath of the Wild, the Mario game we just saw, and there's some. Hopefully, I don't understand why y'all just make that game right there, F-Zero. What y'all missed out on that? Y'all should have showed F-Zero and Metroid. I don't know why y'all didn't do that.
You want an F-Zero game so bad.
Because it's fucking fun. But no, you release a Mario Kart re-release, and they're like, yo, this is the racing game you want. No, it's not the racing game I want or asked for. I want the Nintendo Switch to do well. It looks like it's coming. It's not coming out with its best foot forward. I'll say that way. It is stumbling out of the gate. Even Nintendo stock took a hit. It went down 6 points the next day after the announcement. So, who knows what's going to happen? It's not going to be a bomb like the Wii U was. But it's something that we'll see where it goes. So Nintendo, we're cautiously optimistic about what you're going to do this year. I think that's a fair thing to say.
Yeah.
So Nintendo, good luck. We want you to do well.
I think you're just a little more cautious than I am.
Yes, because Nintendo, you don't own a Wii U.
That's true. I don't.
Yeah, exactly, motherfucker.
Maybe if I owned one, I'd be like,
That's how I feel. No,
Hey everyone, we hope you liked the show. If you did, give us a like, leave a comment below, and subscribe to Double Toasted on YouTube. You can also find us on twitch.tv, The High Score DT, all one word. Mr. Goodwin?
Or you can go over to doubletoasted.com and check out our full videos there. Or also go over to SoundCloud, link in the description. Or you can just sit here and watch us all day because we're going to stare for like the next 3 minutes.
Ready, go.
You should have paused it earlier. Then it would have been 3 minutes. You messed this up.
What?